What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Crypto Empire, where we dominate the crypto market. My name is Connor. We're back for another Sunday live stream, and the market's red hot. We are still officially in altcoin season, so let's talk about what this pullback is going to lead to. Is it going to lead to new lows? Should we be scared right now? Should already know the answer to that question, or is this pullback just an opportunity before we continue to rise up into the big FOMC interest rate cut decision coming on this Wednesday, September 17th. We'll be talking about all that in this live stream and going over the charts, looking at the ideal places to get your longs in if you're not long already. Which, if you're not long already, I don't know what you have been doing. You haven't been watching Crypto Empire, clearly, because we have been nailing these entries and we're going to continue to do so. Let's get into this live stream. Smash that like button, lads, as we get this party started. Hope you're all having a fine Sunday. Now, looking at the market right now, Crypto Bubble's top 100. We have Pump Fun continuing to pump. It's finally living up to its name. The rest of the market seeing a bit of a dip after a strong week. All right, we had a very strong week, and now we're coming into that weekly candle close, and we're seeing a red day on Sunday, the last day of the week. So I want to get into these charts right away. Bitcoin at 115, ETH at 46.36, XRP right around $3, and Solana right at around 244. So in general, and by the way, Doge had an amazing strong week. Doge bags are printing. So yeah, let's talk about this market currently. Here's Doge coming into a big level at the 2-day supply zone up here at 32 cents. But let's start off with the majors. Now again, on stablecoin dominance, we're still looking for this to come down to 4%. Right, the low down here is at 396. 398 is a big level. So we're still looking for this. Now, we're obviously getting a bit of a bounce here on this, which is why we're seeing the pullback in many altcoins. How high is this going to go? Well, I really don't think it's going to go that high. Yearly open coming in at 4.30. Big resistance for sure. And then above that, we have the this swing low from months ago, all the way from back in February. Still a very important level coming in at 4.37. So anywhere in this general area, I would look for tether dominance to turn around and continue down lower. I would not be scared at all with this pullback, personally. I'm not. Now let's go look at Bitcoin. So Bitcoin at 115,300. Again, after a very strong, after a very strong week, if we go look at this weekly candle, right? This thing put in work. We saw a move from 111 all the way up to 116, and we're at 115 right now. So we talked about 117,500 in the last live stream, how that's a very important level to flip. We haven't quite flipped that yet, but we're getting there. Right, if we just look on the weekly, 117,300, 117,500, all of this in here. We got to see a weekly close above that, preferably above 120. And then we are likely going to our next Fibonacci target at 131. But as of right now, the weekly candle close, if it were to close like this, it's still a bullish close. All right, there's nothing bearish about this weekly candle right now. The only thing that we're watching for on the weekly close that's somewhat concerning, not really that concerning though, is the total two market cap chart. Now this thing made a new all-time high above the 2021 altcoin season all-time high in November 2021. But the concerning thing about it, which isn't really that concerning, is the fact that it's currently putting in a weekly swing failure pattern. Right, a weekly SFP, which could lead to more of a retracement before this continues to the target, which is at $2.5 trillion. Right, all the way up here. Major increase of like 800 billion. So that's the only concerning thing I'm seeing really with the weekly closes right now, is the total 2 SFP. However, there's still a lot of time until the weekly candle does close. Right, there's still what? Over 11 hours no, sorry, over like 13 hours until this weekly candle closes or so, something like that. Like there's all day. It's still early in Sunday, so we still have most of the day right now, and typically we'll see a big move right before the close so that the candle will actually close higher if it's going to end up closing higher. So let's watch the weekly candle close on the total too. If we close like this, it's going to be a bearish SFP, and that may open up the door for a move down into like 1.64 to retest this high in this general area before it goes up, which means slightly lower for coins, which means they'll probably come back to a lot of the levels I've been sharing throughout this past week for entries. If you guys have been subscribed to the channel and watching my videos, such as this AI coin video I put out yesterday or 2 days ago now, where we talked about the entries that would be optimal. And if those entries are going to come, it's going to come with the total 2, putting in a weekly SFP and coming down to around 164, 160 trillion. But that's not a guarantee, man. This candle might close strong, and this thing might just blast off and leave all the people waiting for the dip in the dust. That's definitely a scenario. It's definitely a possibility. Because look, guys, we are still in altcoin season. Altcoin season index is a 76 right now, even with this pullback. Right? Above 75 means we are in officially altcoin season. We are at a 76. We didn't get into overheated territory, right? The peak in December of 2024, we were at an 88 in the altcoin season index. We made it up here to an 80 at the highest recently, and it was there for a very brief moment. So we didn't get too crazy overheated over here. But yeah, I mean, I'm still bullish, guys. I still think there's actually nothing to fear in this market. And talking about the nothing to fear, let's go look at the crypto fear and greed index. It is currently still in greed. All right, we are just above neutral, and 55 is just in greed. It's not in crazy greed. It's not in euphoria, but you know, it's still technically in greed. So maybe it needs to reset a little bit back down to neutral, or maybe slightly go into fear. But again, there's no guarantee on that happening, which is why we have been positioning ourselves already, and why many of our positions are already in nice profits, because we're bullish, lads. The trend is your friend. We had that pivot last week, exactly a week ago actually, on September 7th on the blood moon date. And you know, the pivot was bullish, so the trend should continue bullish. That's been my prerogative, and that's going to continue to be my prerogative until proven otherwise. Now the total, maybe we see the total back down to like 3.87, the Monday high retest. Worst case scenario, right? Worst case scenario, we come and do this, and then we go and push higher. Maybe it's even a more shallow retracement. Maybe this is the retracement here. We'll find out. But in general, like if you want to buy something, I would start to DCA even at these current prices, especially with alts. If you're not positioned, if you're not filled at all, and you want to get exposure, I would start building a position now personally with this current dip. That's just my thoughts, at least. Smash that like button, guys. Let's see what's going on in our live chat today. So we have FBS, says he's going to catch the stream later on. Enjoy that day with the family, my man. Kyle Summer, what's up, Kyle? Good to have you. We got Vikey Odin. What's up, Vikey? And he says, share the stream, smash the like, share it with everyone you know, including your grandma. Yes, guys, do that. Share it with everyone you know. Shout out to Semi187. We got Anthony Tremaine. Hope all is well, bro. We have Shane Stridham. What's up, Shane? Oi, oi. Good to have you as well, Shane. Pot Spam, what's up? We'll look at treble, yes, for sure. Shout out to Guts Motors. And let's see, Semi says more and more data suggests the top won't be in as early as Q1, Q2. What's your thoughts? Yeah, Q1, Q2 is, I've been hearing as well as thinking a lot about Q1, Q2, but I think for now, we'll take it level by level, lads. We'll take it level by level, but Q1, Q2 is definitely a place to we'll see how it goes here. It depends how this current period ends up. Like if we pump like crazy, we could have a bit of a reset, and then we continue to go after a bit of a reset. We'll take it level by level. I'm not going to answer that question in full. It's too far ahead. Too many steps ahead. Shout out to John Jessup. He says, yo, Bull Riders, what's up? We got Fake KO, what's up, man? B Marquis, Matthew Black, HNG Loose, All Day Dre. The Real Ape Fader says he's scared and getting destroyed today. So if you bought the local top, then you're getting destroyed today, right? Bitcoin up at 116,600. ETH went up to 47.50, pulling back now to 46.12. Let's go look at ETH actually. So the first level is on the 6-hour time frame, and this is coming into play right now, or very, very shortly on ETH. Which is why we were just looking at the total too and saying like we have to see how the weekly candle is going to close. But we have a 6-hour hidden level here coming in at $4,594 down to $4,570. So this is the first level to look for some type of reaction. This could produce the bottom before this continues to rise. Guys, it's important to understand right now. ETH has bullish posture currently, right? It had a very strong week, and the posture of this chart changed. Smart money is still positioned short on ETH, last time I checked. But regardless, this chart now is bullish posture with this weekly candle. Right, so the 6 hours, the first level to look for a potential bottom, which is why I'm saying if you want to get long stuff, start to fill bags, especially when ETH is in the 6 hour. Now the other level is going to be on the 3-day time frame. And this would be a lot to ask for. This is coming into play all the way down at $4,450. This 3-day hidden level over here. Right, this is a bit of a stretch, and there's definitely no guarantee it comes down this low. Now, if ETH were to come down this low, that is likely going to lead to many altcoins. For example, we talked about the AI coins in the Monday mid-range level, right? So that's probably going to lead to coins like Tau coming all the way down to like $333. That's probably going to lead to coins like Render coming all the way down to like $3.60 in the golden pocket, right? So if ETH goes that low, well, that's maximum opportunity, right? This is not invalidation, that's just maximum opportunity. Invalidation would be lower. So you have to play this correctly and play it smart, right? You can't have your invalidation down here because this is the point of maximum opportunity. Your invalidation would have to be lower. So that's how I'm looking at ETH, which is definitely an important chart to be watching currently. Again, that level is at $4,450 down to $4,390. Again, that 3-day hidden order block level over here. It's actually a breaker block, my bad, because this candle hasn't closed yet. 3-day breaker block. So that's what we're looking for, guys. Quite simple. We'll see what kind of result produces from the 6-hour level. Or if it wants to come down to 4444. We'll see. I shared this on X, by the way, guys. Follow me on X if you're not following me on X, at CSellCrypto. So yeah, the Real Ape Fader. If you're getting destroyed today, it's because you bought the local top. So, hold your horses a little bit. Next time, try and refrain and abstain from that FOMO because it did get to you. And now would be a more logical time to buy things. What do I think about M2 money supply? Well, it's going to continue to go up and to the right, man, as far as I'm concerned. Shout out to Jasper. What's going on, Jasper? We'll look at Uniswap in a moment. Shout out to Manufacturing Contempt. He says, smash the like for the GOAT. Appreciate that, man. Smash that like button, guys. Pot Spam says, market makers making so much money crushing all these leveraged traders. Well, that's the business, guys. That's the game, right? Trading can be extremely frustrating. But a lot of people don't realize that when you trade, you're literally trading like against the exchange. And the exchanges are trading against us, the users. So it is like it's a I don't want to say a rigged game, but it's a very rigged game. So like, yeah, market makers are for sure making a ton of money crushing leverage traders. That's their business model. That's what they do over and over and over and over and over again. Let's go look at this, the liquidation. So let's see. In the past 24 hours, $183 million of longs have been liquidated and $92 million in shorts. So, I mean, quite a bit of money. And we've seen this much higher, but yeah, I mean, again, it's the exchange's business model. They literally trade against their users. That's the game. So be aware of that, which is why you got to be on your P's and Q's out here and be smart. Now, moving on. We have the FOMC meeting on September 17th, and there's still a very high likelihood that we are going to see the first interest rate cut in quite a while. And it's more likely than not going to be a 25 basis point rate cut. It could be potentially a 50 basis point rate cut. The betting market earlier this week was at 10% for a 50 basis point cut. It's now at 6.6%. So more people are saying that it's not going to be a 10% cut now, basically. Or sorry, 50 basis point cut. Again, because this was at 10%, it's now at 6.6%. So the odds are changing in real time here. More likely going to be a 25 BPS cut. If it's 50, guys, the market's just going to blast off and send. I think the market's likely going to blast off and send anyway, depending or independent of what the decision is. But if it comes out to be a 50 BPS cut, it's going to be just an insanely bullish thing, and everything is going to quickly increase in price exponentially in a very short amount of time. Also, don't forget our guy Peter Thiel, Palantir co-founder, the PayPal Mafia member, Peter Thiel. He's going to be leading the 4-part series on the Antichrist starting tomorrow in San Francisco. So that is something to note. Also, rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. That just goes to show Charlie Kirk's death goes to show you that there is genuine evil out there in the world. But anyways, yeah, that's starting tomorrow with our boy Peter Thiel, co-founder of Palantir, aka Big Brother. There's genuine evil out there, lads. Which is why you got to be strong. You got to train. Did you train today? Hopefully you did. But anyways, let's go look at Uniswap, and we'll take a look at a lot of other altcoins. ETH coming into the 6-hour level. Again, this has the potential to mark the bottom here. Go look at Uni. Damn, this thing's getting wrecked. Talk about liquidations. Wow. I mean, this looks crazy compared to all the charts I've been looking at. I haven't been trading Uniswap. I haven't checked this thing, but wow. Market makers are on a absolute, I mean, just no mercy today with the Uniswap chart. They just took out every single long, basically. What's the question here? How's Uniswap looking? Well, I just said they just took out every single long. It looks like they just liquidated everyone with this one candle. What was this, a 15-minute candle? Yeah, this was a 15-minute candle. It took out everyone. So maybe it gives you the 786 or the 886. Right? Maybe, or just the golden pocket, which is the Monday low, around 930, maybe 916 or 909. But this was likely the low for Uniswap. They liquidated everyone. Let's see if it... Literally, look at this. This is the 5-minute chart. The 5-minute chart, lads. Let's go to the 3-minute chart. Oof. They really took everyone out of the 1-minute chart. Yeah, this happened in literally 1 minute. So this is straight up just no mercy. Market makers. It's like that. I don't know. I have like this image of a cartoon from the 1980s when they like press a button and the floor just like vanishes from underneath you. A rug pull, basically. The market makers just rug pulled Uniswap here in one. This is the 1-minute chart. So yeah, I mean, I would look for like the 786, the 886, or maybe just the golden pocket. That's likely the low for Uniswap. But yeah, I'm not trading Uniswap. But that's just what I think. One minute took everyone out. Again, literally, I was just talking about how the market makers literally trade against, it's the exchanges, and they trade against their users. That's a spitting image in real time. We just looked at Uniswap. Perfect example of what I mean by that. So Shane says ETH bull flag. Yeah, potentially this is just a basic bull flag. Could very well be. Okay, so if that's the case, it looks like the 6-hour got taken on the Binance spot chart. All right, so we're taking the 6-hour right now, lads. We are taking the 6-hour right now. Let's go smash the like button for this live analysis. But yeah, price is taking the 6-hour. This is a hidden order block. So this could be the fuel necessary to continue higher, or it wants to chop around more and go to the 3-day level, which would be, again, a lower probability chance. Like this 6-hour could really be it. We'll see though. This could be the one before it just goes. Let me check. Let's go check these charts. AVAX clean move earlier in the week, right? Look at the weekly here on AVAX. Very strong breakout. We talked about this AVAX setup well in advance multiple times in videos and live streams. When didn't we talk about this AVAX setup? Everyone should have made money on this one. All right? Basic, higher low, higher low, higher low, flat top resistance, clean breakout. Bang, bang. There you go. Too easy. But anyways, looking at the chart now, I mean, really, you have to see structure hold, right? You have to see structure hold. Where is structure? Structure support here at $28.20. You don't want to lose this on any time frame. You want to see it continue to hold this structure and keep on pushing up. Dogecoin. So there is a 12-hour level on Doge. This is where you want to long Dogecoin, everyone. If you're not in Doge, which again, how many videos did I have to make on Dogecoin well in advance when the price was like 16 cents, 17, 18 cents, telling you Dogecoin, Dogecoin, Dogecoin. Here it is. What is this? 40% up or something. Maybe even more. 50% up. Yeah, 60% up. So yeah, hopefully everyone has made money on this Dogecoin pump, because who gave it to you? Who repeatedly told you to buy Dogecoin? Of course, not financial advice, but who repeatedly told you to buy Dogecoin before the pump? I did. That's right. Now I'm telling you, if you're not in Dogecoin for whatever reason, you have the 12-hour level. This is at 27 cents to 26.7 cents. So You know, I would personally like. Now is not horrible, but this is the optimal time. If you're going to be trading leverage, you got to look for 27 cents on Doge. What else is out there, lads? What else is out there? So, yeah, Tau, we'll look at Tau in a moment. Anyway, Litecoin, 112 is a big level here. If 112 gets lost, you know, we can talk about lower. But as of right now, I'd be looking for around 112 if you want to trade Litecoin. Which isn't really the best one to be trading right now. Definitely not the strongest. But for whatever reason, if you did, that's where to look. Anyways, XLM, we caught the Pico bottom of XLM. Shared this one in the Mastermind, of course, first. But we also shared it on YouTube and live streams everywhere, basically. We don't hide our information. We want everyone to win here. And hopefully you guys are printing on XLM. I mean, again, bigger size position, lower leverage. We're looking for a new all-time high. We're looking for a new all-time high here. Saw 20% so far, but the idea is we see this thing go to 80 cents and beyond. So patience. If we get stopped at a break even, well, then it just was not meant to be. But here's the thing. I'm willing to take the risk. I'm willing to round trip all of the profit. I'm willing to round trip everything. So that's just how it needs to be sometimes. You got to risk it to get the biscuit. Right? That's the game we play. I'm willing to risk all the unrealized profit for the actual altcoin season type move. Because look, we're in altcoin season. If there's ever the time to risk it, to risk all the unrealized profit, it's now. If not now, when? Right? I'm looking to make stupid money here. If not me, who? I deserve it. It's coming to me. I know it is. Right? I'm willing to risk it. If you're not willing to risk it, maybe this isn't the market for you. Or if you're just playing a different strategy, that's cool. You're in your own lane. Keep doing your thing. Right? As long as you're on your path for you, it should work out for you. Let's see. Angela Chin. Share your thoughts on when we might see the side up in the gaming narrative in gaming. Let's get rid of that. So, I mean, gaming coins, I think Axie is, again, I made the videos about Axie. While we're looking at it, here's the weekly time frame chart. Hopefully you guys understand this. This is just major accumulation. It's also a inverse head and shoulders. So it's probably going to be soon, Angela Chin. Is that really your last name, Chin, or is that just your YouTube name? But anyways, it's probably going to be soon with this inverse head and shoulders. And all the gaming coins are likely going to move in lockstep, but Axie is my Dino coin pick actually for gaming currently. But that's the weekly. Very clear inverse head and shoulders. Very obvious accumulation. We talked about this setup on multiple other tickers. We talked about how Polkadot's dog shit, but look at what it did. It's starting to move now. This was just another inverse head and shoulders. And it started to break out a bit. All right, it went from like 380 to 460 in a kind of a short amount of time in 1 week, 20%. So yeah, even coins like Polkadot out of the inverse head and shoulders setup moved 20% in a week. So wait until that happens with the Axie breakout. I think it's going to be a big one. But anyways, that's when gaming is going to move soon. Speaking about gaming, if Magic does give you 17.77, it's a buy, but again, big if, no guarantee. Anyways. When am I looking to take profits? Hopefully I explained that before when I said I'm willing to risk it. But yeah, we talked about the targets, right? 2.5 trillion total two. We're at 168 trillion. This is not some random target. We've had this target for months and months and months. USDT dominance 3.3% would be the optimal last place to be taking profits, but really we want to scale out on the way down. Right? We went over targets many times. Total big target at 461 trillion. Yeah, when these levels get hit, that's when we look to incrementally sell our bags and just get the heck out and hold on to that cash for the bad times. Guys, the bad times always come inevitably. We're in good times right now. Look at the past year for altcoins. It was brutal. It was bad times. The bad times are always going to come. So that's why we have to take profits when times are good. We're getting smoked right now. What's ETH doing? So ETH is still in the 6-hour level. There's really, it's still holding structure currently. So there's really no reason to freak out. Altcoin seeing a bigger reaction. But yeah. We have a super chat from Grotto EZ. Guys, smash up the like button. We have over 114 viewers and 43 likes. That's extremely weak. Smash up the like button. Grotto EZ, thank you for the $5 super chat. He says, no need for the bat signal this time. Glad to see you, my bro. How do you feel about the group calling for a dump if rates are cut? Why are you all in? I'm not all in. I never said I was all in per se. But again, I've taken many trades and a lot of them are in profit. And like I said, I'm willing to risk those profits in case the market wants to pull back. It's fine. Then I'll just get another entry. How do you feel about the group calling for a dump if rates are cut? So I think if rates are cut, a lot of people aren't understanding. It's going to be like kind of what happened during the 2020 event, right? The C19 event, when the rich just got way richer and everyone else, I mean, there was free money going around. But it's going to be like, if they cut rates, assets are going to explode. The rich are going to get way, 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 way richer. It's going to be a crazy wealth transfer. The inequality gap is only going to widen. So I think risk assets can do really well in an environment where rates are cut. Personally, I know it might be contrarian. I know everyone is looking at all the data from the past, saying how the rate cuts always led to like a top and things like that. I'm aware. I'm just think that it's going to lead to just a crazy inequality wealth transfer, and the assets are going to explode. So yeah, hopefully that answers your question, man. Anyway, we have Georgios 82100. He says, smash the likes, guys. Connor is killing it. Was thinking of re-entering Sui, but I don't know if I should do spot or low leverage. So, Georgios, when it comes to spot versus low leverage, it really just comes down to how much are you willing to lose on the position. Okay? Like, how much are you willing to lose? And you have to be okay with taking a loss if you're wrong. Right? Be okay with losing. Losing is part of the game. You're always going to lose. Like, the best traders, they lose around half of their trades, 50%. So that's just, losing is a part of it. So, I mean, spot or low leverage is kind of irrelevant. It's really like, how much are you willing to lose, and what's your invalidation point? Now for SUI, $12-hour demand right now. If it really gets ugly, it would come down to around $3.45 in here. I doubt you see the monthly open at 323. That would be a bit of a stretch here. I highly doubt you see the monthly open down here, 325, 323. So yeah, I would be looking for 12-hour demand currently, or around 345 for your entries on SUI. Your daily 200 EMA is in at $3.30. I mean, of course there is a world where it comes down this low, but I just don't really see that happening. Another 10% down to test the monthly open or the daily 200 EMA. I'd more so, let's readjust this, because we have a fresh daily demand level. Okay, this is a fresh daily demand level. And it lines up right up with the 50%. So $3.49 is actually the level, the optimal level for SUI. Right in this new daily demand zone, lining up perfectly with the 50% fib. 350, call it. That's your optimal entry point. Shout out to Mitchell. He says, Connor, you're the GOAT. Appreciate that, man. Guys, smash the like button. All right, let's go look at treble swap. A lot of people asking about Treb. So just kind of in consolidation here. Again, a lot of people were freaking out when people G'd at the bottom, but it instantly went up 61%, and it ate all of those sell orders in a very short amount of time. And now with the overall market pulling back, we're seeing Treb also pull back. So there's really nothing to talk about in terms of the chart. I mean, I still think, very good chance this was the bottom. I think if we see another sell-off, that's going to be from early holders selling at the bottom again, and I do think it will get instantly bought up again. So we're very close to the bottom, or it's already in my opinion. Treble did announce their base mini app. If you go look at their Twitter real quick, a lot of big updates. You can launch your own token. I mean, look, these guys are shipping. Hands-free, so be on the lookout. It's going to be a big one. Anyway, yeah, Treble mini app coming soon. So everyone's saying, is it going to be integrated into the base app? Yes, it is. It is indeed. Like literally, that's why my conviction has not changed in the slightest. It's bullish. I'm still bullish. That's it. That's it. It's looking good in my opinion. Michael Kuznetsov is asking about BitTensor Tau. So for Tau again, the same plan from the video that I made here. Hey everyone. The same plan from this video. Right here we highlighted that daily demand zone. By the way, guys, you like the new studio? Obviously it's, maybe I don't want to crush your imagination if you think it's real. But it's AI generated. Anyways, yeah, Tau, same thing. Same plan. Daily demand zone, Monday mid-range. If you're going to set limit orders, I would set them at 333. Quarterly opens at 334, 333. General area to look for the reversal. Daily demand. Same plan as from the video earlier in the week. Nothing changed. Let's see, XRP. So we have our box on the chart here. And our box comes in at $2.94, which is also the Monday mid-range, down to the monthly open at 277. So optimal for XRP would be 294. And if it really wants to go super low, it will go down back to the September monthly open at 277. But again, that's a stretch. There's really no saying it's going to go down that low. And if you're waiting for that, probability speaking, you'll probably miss your entry if you're waiting for the monthly open. Vector, what do you think about TREB? Will they ramp up marketing and get some centralized listings soon? CEX listings soon? Thanks. I don't know, man. Go ask the team. I'm not the Treble Swap team if they're going to get centralized exchange listings and ramp up their marketing. Like, why are you asking me that? Can't read their minds. RSC research coin. So base has been looking good. RSC has this clean trend line support that it continues to bounce off. So as long as it holds this trend line support, I would say it's going to continue to be bullish and go up. This thing is coiling up hard. Yeah, okay. So it's trying to break out right now. I mean, it's at the apex of this consolidation. So maybe it's time for it to go. We also talked about Toshi earlier in the week when we called the bottom for base coins. And Toshi did put in a nice candle. Let's go find that. Right, we were accurate with our Toshi technical analysis. Guys, if you like this accurate technical analysis, consistently delivered right to you live, unscripted, unplanned, live, straight from my brain to yours through our YouTube live stream, smash the like button and subscribe if you're not subscribed. Right? We show up all the time consistently, and we deliver this right to you. So anyways, we talked about how Toshi was right at our trend line and we were looking for it to bounce. And it put in a bounce of 20%, pulling back now, but still, that's a 20% bounce. Called ahead of time. Did you fade out on? Anyways, the other ones, not really doing much. Miggle's still struggling. KeyCat still kind of just consolidating. Still holding trend, right? Still holding trend line. So, I mean, this is the general area to look for things to reverse. Right, we want to see this bullish trend continue to hold. But yeah, I mean, Toshi was the big one. Brett too, right? We also called Brett before this big move the past week. Don't believe me? Go watch the live stream from, I believe it was last Sunday when I said Brett was ready to go. And if you look at the move on the weekly from last Sunday, Well, it did go as high as 30%, currently up 15%. So another one. Anyways. So Bonk rejected from a daily supply zone. I forgot who was trading Bonk and doing their prop firm challenge, but someone was earlier in the week on a live stream. My apologies, I did forget the name, but I do remember that you were trading Bonk in your prop firm challenge, and I guess I drew this daily supply zone on the chart at that time. And the daily supply zone ended up holding. And just like all the other, every chart, like every single altcoin chart is basically identical right now. Where like the optimal point would be our Monday mid-range monthly open level. For Bonk, that's 9% lower than the current market price. Again, no guarantees it gets there. Let's go look at ETH again. So if ETH ends up reversing hard out of this 6-hour level, I would look for all the other coins to reverse. So I'm giving you guys optimal entries here, but there's no guarantee that the optimal level will hit. So yeah, I mean, I'm not going to tell you to long now, but I would consider building a position and starting at current prices if you don't have anything and you want to get exposure. Not financial advice at all. You need to make that decision on your own, but scared money don't make no money. How much lower will virtual go? So we laid this one out, same plan from this video when we laid out the plan for virtual. The 1-day level at 121 is optimal, and it's at 125 now. So maybe 4%, 4 to 6%. But again, if ETH decides, because we have local structure here, this is a local support. So if ETH decides to reverse that at the 6-hour hidden order block, well, maybe this local support on virtual is going to end up holding. And that's at $1.23.5. So these are all things you have to consider, right? And that's why we look at the majors, and we're definitely paying a lot of attention to Ethereum here in this 6-hour level. Positive reaction so far. And tether dominance. Again, yearly open is going to be big resistance. Okay, so if it tags that and rejects, that could be it before we see 4%. Mitchell says, getting worried about Cubic. Can't believe we were so close to the lows at this stage in the cycle. So Cubic hasn't lost the level just yet. That level is at 1800 per billion. But if it does lose this level, I mean, the chart right now, I'll admit, it doesn't really look amazing. Okay, it looked a lot better over here in August, and it hasn't been able to catch any bid in September or late August at all. So it held the level that it has to hold, right? It says should not lose this level if remaining bullish. It didn't lose the level. It's coming back for another test now. If it loses the level, I mean, I have no problem cutting. That's the invalidation. Really, it would be a 2-day. If a 2-day candle closes underneath this, then that's very worrisome, and I would definitely, get out. But that hasn't happened, so I'm sticking to the plan. Vikey Odin says guns is a good coin versus ETH. So yeah, potential double bottom here, but this is a low cap gaming shitcoin, so you know, when it's time for those to move, gun can do really well. Yeah, I agree. Unagi. I mean, I can't say I know too much about this, but the chart doesn't look horrible at all. Higher highs and higher lows. Very strong week. So yeah, I mean, this thing is performing well. Don't really know, again, don't know too much about this thing, but the chart looks pretty encouraging, not gonna lie. If it can clear 9 cents, then you might see a moonshot type of move. We got a super chat from Braxton Miller. Shout out to Braxton Miller. He's asking about Pyth, which is an Oracle coin, just like Chainlink is an Oracle coin, so is Pyth. Now, Pyth has been performing well. It has that chart of like the listing, pump, and then sell off to find the bottom. And it's coming out of the bottom now. So some people will look at this chart and say, oh, look at this thing. It's just making lower highs and lower lows. Don't touch it. But I'm able to, I mean, most people are going to be able to see that, you know, the market structure shifted from a downtrend to sideways over here. This is accumulation. And now it's coming out of the accumulation. Okay. Had a strong weekly close at the end of August. First week in September, second week of September, just sideways. It's a bullish chart, right? So there's doomers out there that are saying, oh, this chart sucks. Look at it just continuing to go down, but I see accumulation, and I see it breaking out of accumulation now. So Pyth is not a horrible coin to be holding. The volume has picked up. Pretty clear the whales are playing with this thing. So with whale money in, if they decide to push it, they're going to push it. Optimal level for entry would be down at like 13 cents if given. We'll see if you get that though. Shout out to Henry's Pokey Corner. He says, thanks for all your hard work, brother. Top crypto YouTuber, hands down, with zero BS or fluff. Appreciate that, man. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Everyone is mad that I said I don't know what's going to happen with the treble marketing. I wasn't hostile about it. I'm just saying, you guys are asking me like I know what the team is going to do next. I don't. I'm not being hostile. Take a chill pill, man. Honest Lawn Care says October is right around the corner. Beautiful conditions on the East Coast. Yes, fall is the best time of the year on the East Coast. I would know because that's where I'm born and raised. But you know, we're not there just yet. We still got to close out. What do they call September? Sentember or something like that? What do the youth call in September nowadays? Whatever they're calling it. You know, we still got to close out September. So alts are getting smashed right now, smashed and thrashed, with ETH holding the 6-hour level. We'll see what's going to go and happen with render. Again, optimal entries at around 366. Smash the like button, guys. Let's go. Non-alien says dumping for World War III. And what indicator do you use? So I have the Spaceman BTC key level indicator up, showing me the Monday range, monthly open, quarterly open. And I do use the hidden liquidity indicator made from a guy named Mox, M-O-X. And it's a paid indicator, that one, but I think it's well worth the money spent. Saves you a lot of time. Manuel Jimenez says they call it Rectember. Is that what they call it? I mean, look, September's been pretty hot so far. All right, if we look at the 1 month candle, like, it's pretty green. I wouldn't really call it Rectember. Like the Bitcoin monthly candle so far is very bullish, up a solid 6.5%. The ETH monthly candle is green. Everything is green on the monthly, so Dogecoin has had a very bullish September, up 28% on the month. So I wouldn't really call it Rectember, man. I wouldn't. I know there was a lot of talk about the ghost month and all that stuff or whatever. Clearly I didn't believe in that. My bullish posture on the channel as of late. Vikey Odin says, who you got for Pereira versus Ankalaev rematch? Man, I mean, of course I want to see Pereira win. I want to see Chama pull it off, but Big Ank, man. Big Ank is a scary guy. That is a scary man. So my heart says Pereira, but my logic says Big Ank. No worries, Shane. Shane says, any idea why Qstream has shown so much strength? I have no idea what Qstream is. Never heard of it, actually. I have no idea. It looks like a Solana shitcoin. I couldn't tell you. No worries, Vector Lux. All good, man. All good, brother. Vikey says, when you become champ, you get 2 times better. So, yeah, Big Ank might pull it off again. Yeah. All logic says Ankalaev is going to win that rematch. I mean, unless Pereira did fight like trash in that last fight versus Big Ank. Let's go look. When is that fight card, by the way? October 5th. It's coming up. What are the odds? Pereira plus 162. So yeah, I mean, Ank of course is the favorite. Yeah, I mean, those seem like pretty solid odds to me, right? It makes perfect sense. It's really hard to take Pereira if you're going to bet on him, but maybe he does pull it off, right? Did I enjoy seeing DDP get wrecked? Yeah, I mean, it was like, it was just total domination, right? You gotta respect the game. I thought he was gonna fight better than that. Anyways, look, we're getting off topic here. We covered a lot in this live stream. I told you exactly what to look out for. Again, there's still really not too much to be scared of in this market. We're gonna see if Ethereum does hold the 6-hour level. As of right now, it is holding. Bitcoin holding trend. Again, we talked about how coins like AVAX, like, they shouldn't lose this structure. Many coins shouldn't end up losing this structure. We talked about optimal entry levels, right? Ondo has structure. Real quick, Ondo is a good chart to be watching. Ondo has structure coming into play at around $1.02 down to $1. So Ondo, we don't want to see it like trading below $1. A quick wick is fine, but we really don't want to see this thing losing $1. We want to see it hold this structure. So we're still bullish here going into rate cut week, which is on Wednesday, and we'll be coming at you often going into this rate cut decision. So if you're not subscribed, guys, subscribe to the channel because we're not going anywhere. We're actually only going to be more frequent here on YouTube. We're going to be picking it up, going into hyperdrive over here. So if you like that, smash the like and subscribe to the channel. Turn on all bell notifications so you don't miss any future videos. Hit the first link down in the description below and apply to the Crypto Empire Mastermind to get inside the inner circle and join the winning team. Let's go, lads. That's all for me today. My name is Connor from Crypto Empire. This is where we dominate the crypto market, and I hope you enjoyed this live stream. I enjoyed doing it. I appreciate every single one of you for being here. Smash up the like button. Still a horrible like to viewer ratio. Let's get that on par, please. Smash up the like button. It really helps out the channel. It helps me. Hit the like button. I'll repeat it 10 more times. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Some kind of hypnosis here. I'm going to make you hit the like button. Hit the damn like button. My name is Connor from Crypto Empire. I'll see you in the next video.